Everything I wanted, I'ma get it, cause I deserve it, I deserve it. Everything I wanted, I'ma get it, cause I deserve it, I deserve it. Ooh, everything I wanted, I'ma get it, cause I deserve it, I deserve it. Everything I wanted, I'ma get it, cause I deserve it, I deserve it. Ooh, everything I wanted, I'ma get it, cause I deserve it, I deserve it. Everything I wanted, I'ma get it, cause I deserve it, I deserve it. Ooh, everything I wanted, I'ma get it, cause I deserve it, I deserve it. Everything I wanted, I'ma get it, cause I deserve it, I deserve it. I want it, I'ma get it, cause I deserve it, I deserve it. Everything I wanted, I'ma get it, cause I deserve it, I deserve it.
What it do?
What's up? Welcome
What
to
it
the
do?
What it do? Can you hear me?
Yeah. I don't know. It was a little delay. My bad. We were kind of crossing wires right there. But anyway, what it do, y'all? What it do? It's the 80s baby conversation, man. We back here like always every Tuesday, man, where you can find us right here. If you haven't already did, like and subscribe to the channel and the Facebook. We will really appreciate it, man. What's happening, sis?
What's happening? It's your girl Ray Cherie, the hostess with the mostest, checking in, ready to get straight into it for a good show tonight. We in here.
Yeah, we up in here. And shout out to the boy Prince Ken too, as always, for the song, man. Shout out to that boy Prince Ken, Montgomery, Alabama.
Yeah, what's up, Ken? We're gonna go ahead and get right into our first topic for the night. Once again, the hip hop world has lost another one.
Yeah. I know everybody already done heard about it. You know what I'm saying? It really the first thing I saw this morning on social media, you know what I'm saying? And I want to say off the bat, man, my condolences to his family, to his friends, you know what I'm saying? To everybody that knew the man, you know what I'm saying? My condolences go out to him, man. Like it's crazy, man. So
yes,
I know everybody.
So a lot of people have been talking about it. So what I understand was, it was just kind of like a freak accident. He was attending a private party at a bowling alley, and he so happened to lose his life in the same moment. So it's a really sad situation.
Yeah, man. And I know everybody been seeing it on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram, everything, man. Like I know a lot of people saw the video. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy that we keep losing these rap artists to this type of violence, man. You know what I'm saying? Supposedly he was I don't know the details. Of course the details gonna come out, but the rumor is they were at a dice game doing this little private party in Houston, downtown Houston, and one thing led to another. Everybody know how a dice game can go. If that's the case, everybody know how a dice game can go, man. The first thing came to people's heads, why he had a dice game. That's besides the point. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what he was doing there. It's just the shooting the shooting breaking out and that happening, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just tragic. And you know, everybody like Takeoff, man. You know what I'm saying? He was a great rapper, man, for real, for real. Like one of the best out of the group. And I ain't just saying that because he did, but the man really was a good artist though, you know. So
Yeah, and
my
I didn't know. I
condolences,
learned
man.
today that him and Quavo was his uncle. So, and you know, just trying to handle it. That is somebody's nephew. That is somebody's son. That may have been somebody's dad. I don't know if he had
Right.
kids. But out of respect for the family, you know, the hip hop world lost Takeoff. But at the end of the day, that is somebody's family members. And you know, with our culture as a whole, like we got to stop the violence at some point. You know,
At some
we have
point,
to learn
man.
to have that self-control and control ourselves in these heated situations because somebody's life is gone. And it I don't think whoever shot him intended to shoot him. And like that's the crazy thing. So he died in a freak accident, basically.
I ain't gonna say it's, like I say, sis, I won't call it a free accident. I don't know. We don't know what happened, you know what I'm saying, from what
No,
everybody's
we weren't
saying.
there.
You
But I
know,
don't think
but
they said that the person didn't intend to shoot him. So what I'm saying is he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. So it's a sad
right.
situation.
So yeah, either way, like main thing is a sad situation, man, to see another rapper, another person, man, just getting killed in a senseless way, man, for real, for nothing. When it could have been avoided, you know. So I
Hmm.
don't know, man. Like I say, my condolences to his family, man, and everybody that knew him. Like, that's
Yes.
crazy.
Now, another big topic is I live at the Georgia line. You know, you came down to visit. I hope you got your ticket because I got mine. So the Powerball is going off tomorrow. The Mega Million goes off tonight. So
hmm
like I'm gonna sleep with mine under my pillow. I might pray over and put it in the Bible.
Right, and if any of y'all out there got the ticket, no matter if it's from Georgia or wherever, if any of y'all got the ticket out there, a winning ticket when these numbers drop, I need y'all to remember me. I'm gonna send y'all my cash out. I need to put my cash up in the link. You know what I'm saying? So y'all
You in
can,
the chat, tell
huh?
us what you would do if you won the lottery. If you're in the
Right,
chat, tell us
right.
what you would do if you won the lottery. What would you do, Bubba?
Now you want me to tell y'all a lie? You want me to keep it 100?
Keep it 100.
All right, I'm gonna tell you what
What
I
would you
do.
do if you won the lottery?
I'm gonna f up a whole lot of it. A whole lot of it. I ain't gonna even lie to you because there's a lot of stuff that I always wanted. There's a lot of places I always wanted to go. I'm gonna make sure my family's straight now. So I'll you know, I'm gonna make sure my family's straight, especially my immediate family, like my mom, my sister, probably. You know what I'm saying? and the kids, everybody. I'm gonna make sure they straight. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do a little traveling, F up a whole lot of it, buy me some things that I always wanted. You know, that kind of thing. Everybody gonna tell a lie, man. I'm a invest in this and I'm gonna do that, and you know, I'm gonna keep 100 with y'all. I'm gonna mess up a whole lot of it, and get yeah. I'm gonna have to get out of town. I got to get out of town because everybody gonna come with their hands out. It's gonna be people you don't even know. They gonna swear to your cousin, your uncle, know your folk, and I need to hold some till next month. can I hold some next month? Then how they gonna come at you? You gonna have to skip time, man. I'm telling you, that's a lot of money.
But I'm a little different. I don't think I would skip town. And I'm one of those people where I feel like, I would still go to work every day.
That's what we
If
say,
I want,
sis. That's what
I
we
really
say
think
until
I
that
would
money
still go to work
hit your
every day
hand.
because, I need something to do. So I think I would still go to work every day. I would take care of my family. I'm gonna give you a lump sum right then. That's it. Don't ask me for nothing else.
So how much lump sum gonna be, sis? How
It
much?
depends on how much I won, because you can win different amounts. Like you can win small jackpots all the way up to the largest. But the only thing I hate is when the lottery commission gives all this money to one person. Like,
Well, I
don't
mean, that's the gamble we take.
like 1.2 billion. Don't give all that money to one person. You could break a lot of poverty cycles if you split that money up. I'm grateful for what if I played $30 worth and I win 300. I'm okay for that because that's the old folks say. I got more back than what I gave. But those big jackpots, it feels real good to dream. What would I do with all that money? honestly, I would break y'all off, and I probably would buy us a street and just put everybody a dream home on it, and make sure we're all safe and secure. I would give to
See,
charity too. I think I would build a school if I got a hold of that kind of money. I think I would build my own school and be like the new generation of Marva Collins. You know, teaching kids their minds are pearls and they can learn anything in the world, kind of thing. So I did buy me some tickets now. You know, I'm going to buy some
right.
more for the Powerball. I didn't win the Powerball the other night, so I'm gonna try to win again tomorrow night. And I played the Mega Millions today. Why not?
Right. Well, yeah, y'all might as well play, man. I'm telling you though, like I said, they say everybody saying they gonna do all this nice stuff when they gonna still go to work. I'm telling you right now, if I hit that billion, man, I ain't even putting in a 2-week notice for what? I'm just ain't gonna show up no more. And gonna answer the phone when they call, and I'm gonna say it's over with. It's over with, man. It was nice, man. I appreciate the opportunity, but I'm gone. Like Uncle Elroy, I got my money and I was gone.
I would continue on with my normal life. I would still go to work to have something to do. And I would splurge a little bit. You know, I see a dream vacation, you know, I see a medium mansion, you know, but I don't know. I can't say that I would just change everything, because I watch those shows sometimes and people blow through all that money in a year, a couple of months.
Guess what, sis? When you put all your family members on that street that you want to buy and building them dream houses, they come with utilities, because who gonna pay them?
But no, not my whole family, but like you, mom, the kids.
Oh,
that's
okay.
it. My godmom. That's it.
See, I'm telling you right now, you're gonna have to help me out on them utilities now. You build my dream home. I need some help on the utilities every month.
You see, that's what we mess up at. You get somebody an inch, they want to take a mile. They can't be satisfied with nothing.
Well, I tell you what, just don't build me no house. You just give me a little money and pay off all my debt, and then I'll do the rest.
All right. So how do you feel about the state of Black women today? Auntie, you know I got you, because let me tell you something about Gloria Morris here. This lady feeds me. If I leave my lunch at home on accident, I know I got a plate coming to the school. Like that's a real one right there. I got you, Auntie. All right. So how do you feel about the state of Black women today?
I don't know. What do you mean? What do you mean, state of Black women?
That Black women are at a state where they're evolving because maybe they had enough, or that the societal norms have changed for Black women?
Well, that's because
what's demanded of us as women, the roles that we take on now.
Well, see, it's like I always say, you know, I feel like women take on these roles not because they are forced to take them on, but they want to take them on because, you know, we can argue all day about it. The woman want to be in control. So, like you say, you know, society hadn't changed. I mean, it hadn't forced them to change. I mean, this is what they want to do. They want to be the ones that in control and having all this weight on their shoulders. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, just so you know, it's kind of like an accolade. It's kind of like, okay, you know, I could do this or I could do this and that, and I don't need no man type mentality. That's what it is today.
So I disagree. I don't think it's an accolade for me to say, "Oh, I'm burdened down. I get a prize." You know, I don't feel that way. I think
when you say burdened down, but it's like what are you talking when you say burden? Like the woman.
I'm taking on multiple roles. Like I'm trying to be the backbone for so many people, or for so many different things, or I'm trying to stand in the gap over here, and I'm trying to, you know.
But you see what I'm saying?
I got a cape on.
But you see what I'm saying? You saying
it's not that I'm trying though. It's because I have to. I have to do it. If I don't do it, who will? That kind of thing.
You gotta wait and see. You gotta wait them out.
Let's watch this clip.
tired.
Let's watch it.
They're tired of being independent. They're tired of being looked at as the strongest. They're tired of having to take care of the kids by themselves. They're tired of bearing all the weight. Don't believe the hype that you see on all of these social media networks. Black women are tired, and the reason why I know this because I talk and have conversations with a lot of black women. But what a black woman really want, she want to be able to go to the soccer games. She want to not have to be the sole leader and sole provider of her family. She want to support the man who God gave her to be with. She want to be a helpmeet. The thing is, she's been placed in this position where she's had to lead. She's had to step up to the plate and become something that she really didn't want to be in the first place. She want to support her man. She want to nurture her kids. She want to nurture her husband while pursuing things that she's passionate about. That's it. It's that simple. The thing is, she just can't find a suitable leader that she trusts to come in and relieve her of these responsibilities so that she can finally get some rest, because that's what she wants. Rest.
Well, listen, you want to know something? I don't agree. I mean, I agree with him to a certain extent, but at the same time, you know, these women that he so-called talking to, like these women are women that probably done had a man that wasn't no good. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, they had to take all this upon their shoulders and do all this other stuff. But the thing is, they let it go on. Why not get rid of the man that got you doing all this and just do it yourself? Why you like? Ain't nobody forcing you to take on these roles and do this stuff, man. Like, and all women ain't with men that are like that. You know what I'm saying? It varies, man. All women ain't with men like that make them do all this stuff. Those women are just, you know, with some sorry men. That's what it boiled down to. You were the sorry man. If you having to do all this, you are not with a man. First of all, I'm gonna just say that.
Okay, and I can't say that, oh, it's because you would have sorry man. Like, I'm not with a man at all, but I am out here trying to thrive, which is just a little better than survive. And I'm out here trying to thrive. So I can't say that my problems are caused by a man, but I got to get it. You know? So,
right, but
you know, I can't say because I mess with a sorry dude. So now I'm over here taking on two roles, that kind of thing. Nope, that's not the case. It's because there is a certain standard of life that I want. There's a certain standard of life that I want to live. So I'm doing what I have to do.
So that means you got to find a person that got the same goals that you're trying to get to. You know what I'm saying? You got to find a person with the same mindset that you on then. And when you see a person that ain't got the same mindset or in that same realm, like, you got to get rid of them. Especially if it ain't productive and you having to do all this.
But I feel like it's that superhero syndrome. Like, I see
That's
it needs to be done.
Problem at that point.
I waited, or I'm 40 and I'm not married yet, and I waited. It didn't happen. So now I just got to go ahead and get it on my own. Like, I was waiting to buy a house. I was waiting until I got a husband to buy a house. So now I just got to go ahead and get it by myself. Kind of thing. I feel like that's the situation that women are being put in.
Yeah, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Everybody always putting this time stamp on everything. Or, well, I waited a certain amount of time. Well, you just got to keep on waiting sometime. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just sometimes it be a waiting game.
So you think it's okay for black women to feel like they have to be superheroes?
I mean, sometimes because we're naturally looked at as the superheroes all the time.
So you don't think men assume any type of responsibility in the fact that black women are walking around here with...
Some of them do. I ain't disagree with it. That's why I said, some of them do. So, I mean, the men, I agree with it a little bit.
I like what Tanetta said. I work hard and I need someone that will go harder. Taylor said, this is not only a black women problem, it's a societal problem. And Tequila said, wanting a man and needing a man is two different things. And I agree with that, Tequila, because I don't need one, but I want one.
Okay, see that there it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? See, I don't know. Never mind. We're gonna turn that whole conversation into something else if I go there.
But I do think that, you know, as Black women, we want that support system. And I got more single friends than I do married friends. And when I talk to my single friends, it's like, I'm on the go. I got to get it. I got to do this. I got to do that kind of thing. Life would be easier if they had a spouse.
Yeah, but I guess I see it.
Something when you get him up, he will leave you for someone else, and you will be looking like a fool.
But I mean, I got a couple of homeboys that's married, and you know what I'm saying, like them and you know, they wife and them, they got everything together and they work together. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's why, you know, I'm looking at it different, because every man, all my homeboys that are married, I mean, they take on a big responsibility, like all the time. So I guess that's what I'm used to seeing. Like, you know, even in our dad, I seen him take on big responsibility as a man and being a husband, you know what I'm saying? I mean, or just, you know, being a provider, you know what I'm saying? So I got a lot, I'm surrounded around a lot of people that's married, so I guess I see it differently. Like I said, you know, my homeboy they provide for their family, they do everything. The women really, the women in my friendship or in married to my homeboy, they don't have to really do nothing. But I mean, they working stuff. I mean, I don't know how they doing bills and doing all this other stuff as far as like the kids and all of that. But I mean, you know what I'm saying, from what I hear from them, you know what I'm saying, the man is he the one who carrying all the weight.
And Taylor
You know
said there's a such thing as a married single mom too. And I agree with that.
That's a good point too.
When I was married, you know, for a man to say, "Oh, I provide," you know, as long as I bring this check home, but I'm sitting here holding manning this entire household by myself, not just in the house and the kids by myself. So yes, there are some married single moms, and you know, honestly, being in that situation before, that sucks. You still wear a cape, even though you married. He providing the check, but you still got to make it happen, kind of thing. So I just feel like we sometimes do wear that invisible cape, and it's a societal thing. It's women in general, because some of my, you know, talking to some of my coworkers and colleagues and my homegirls of different races and ethnicities, sometimes they go through the same thing. He doesn't know I'm there. Like, he checks on the child and he doesn't check on me. Those kind of things. But you know, she's making it happen all the time. Or you know, he's married. He put a ring on it, but he forgot that he has to tend to his wife.
I mean, that's just someone. Like I said, that's just some men, man.
Black women are really hard on the black man, and the problem is submission also. My question is, where is the black man place in these super women homes? If you don't need me, why would I want to be there?
That's a good point too. Exactly.
All right, it should be God first, husband second, right? And Sam said, who was the prize? Sam, we need you to go catch Girls Talk from Sunday, because we talked about who was the prize, the man or the woman. And I hate to break the news to you, Sam, but I'm the prize. Now,
all women are not prizes, and all men are not prizes. Shit. Keep it 100.
I read the book Role Play and watched the documentary. I was blown away. Taylor, I'm gonna have to go check that out. Now, so people have been getting into conversations about a woman being attractive based on her size. So let's watch this clip.
You're so tired. Man, what is it about a big woman that you don't like? You talk about her so bad, but she's still a woman. She's a woman. You're supposed to love her, compliment her, take care of her. But y'all men go along with your homeboys and you want to bash her all on social media, talking about she can't wear that dress, she can't wear that skirt, she can't wear them heels. Look at her legs. I love them soft-ass legs. Why you don't? Either because you got turned down, because she won't give you none, or she answered your inbox. Or you mad because you responded disrespectfully and she responded right back to you respectfully. The world tell you big is unhealthy and you run with it. Why? It's skinny people unhealthy now, trust me, there are. And big women ain't nasty, cause I know some clean, fresh, smell like baby powder. Just don't know. Y'all men missing out on a lot. Maybe if you approach her right, she'll talk to you. But you want to be all degrading, she don't want you.
All right, sound like this man was preaching here. Now, what do you think about this video?
I mean, it's a truth to that too. You know what I'm saying? It's a truth to some of the stuff he's saying too. You know what I'm saying? Now, when he said big is unhealthy, now it becomes unhealthy at a certain size. You see what I'm saying? Like, don't just lose yourself and get big and think it's cute and it's healthy, because at the end of the day, people, I'm being 100. At the end of the day, it really it ain't healthy. It ain't it ain't healthy, man. You know what I'm saying? So keep, but like I say, some of what he's saying is true, but everybody got different preferences, man. Some men like big women, some men like small, skinny women, some men like in between, some men don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, it's a woman. You know what I'm saying? It's a woman. You feel me? But like I say, different men got different preferences on what they like as far as a woman. And like he said, you don't know big women he said big women stop thinking big women nasty and all that, right? Because it is a lot of people out there that look at big women and be like, ugh, I bet she's nasty, I bet she stink. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real, y'all. We know it to be true. Like they say stuff like that when they see a plus size woman. You know what I'm saying? And like he said, it's somebody that smell like baby powder and cherries and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like they smell good, just like the skin. And believe it or not, I done smell some funky skinny women or some funky mid-sized women or whatever you want to call it, man. Like straight up.
I
So
think that I'm on the BBW gang. I'm gonna go ahead and classify myself as a BBW,
what
and
what does BBW stand for? Just in case some people
a
don't know.
big, beautiful woman.
Oh, I thought I thought it was a big bone woman, or you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
It's all the same. It's all the same. So I think a lot of women in the chat was saying it's all about the confidence. Sam said he don't care about the size as long as she's active and not be lazy.
That right, Sam.
Taylor said social media has distorted the people perspective on women. Some men don't care at all, but I like being a preference. Big,
Right.
beautiful woman. So she agreed with me. So yeah, I like being a preference. I mean, I think to each his own. You had the option to like what you like, but I don't feel like you should be out here knocking people because of their size, and you ain't got to degrade. Like he said in the video, you know how if you don't like it, keep scrolling. Like
Keep it moving,
you don't
right?
have to degrade anybody. You don't have to put your 2 cents in because somebody is going to love that person. And I also think that women just wait it out. If it's not the guy for you, if he's overlooking you for your size, it's somebody out there who's gonna love you for your size. And as a big woman, I get hit on all the time. I do. So I think that being a big woman is a commodity. So I think all women get hit on it all the time. And then, to some men, I remember having a conversation with my dad, and he was just saying, he was telling me in a sense, he was like, don't ever think you're better than the next woman, because all y'all got the same thing. and that's what my dad told me. So skinny woman, big woman, we all got the same thing, and they all work the same way.
I ain't gonna agree with Daddy on that one.
That's the truth. That's the truth. That's the truth. And guess what? Somebody gonna love you, baby. You just gotta wait for the. You just gotta wait for the right one.
I mean, all that is true, but when he talking about some big woman, skinny woman, they all saying no. Nah, that's different. That's a lie. It ain't all the same. It's a different.
I do think I think it is all the same.
How you know?
Because I'm a woman. I know that we all work the same. Look, a woman. I feel like a woman is a woman, but I think sometimes
it's all about how that woman carry herself, man.
Looking at you might miss. That's still a great woman. You didn't take the time out to get to know that woman simply because she was big.
Right. No, I ain't agreeing with. I ain't saying that. I ain't saying that I would do something like that. I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't even oppose. I wouldn't even against what you were saying. That. Hey, like Sam said, hey, them lady part hit different when you big and small. That's real. That's all. And like I said, it's a preference, man. You know what I'm saying? Some men like skinny women, some men like big women, some men, you know what I'm saying, like uh big booties, big tops. You know what I'm saying? You know, it just it's a preference thing, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't
But
that. It ain't. But I do feel like this though.
would you date
No,
outside of your preference?
would I date outside of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. I would date outside my preference. My preference is, and anybody know me, my preference is one with a big booty. You know what I'm saying? Like, but would I date a woman without one? Mm, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, okay,
I
Tequila,
don't
that's a good
know.
point. What about the men that hide it like BBWs? I'm not gonna lie. My
And that
DM,
was hey Keela,
yo gotta say
Keela,
it goes down in the DM. It goes
you
down
really
in
said something. Listen, see, she really said something that I was really about to say. I was about to say it's a lot of men out there that like them, that like the BBWs, but they won't. They like them enough to kick it with them, and y'all know what I'm saying. Kick it with them. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of them that don't want to be seen out with them. You know what I'm saying? They'll kick it with you, and you know what I'm saying. Give you the works. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to like, okay, take me out and do something with me and this, that, I ain't gotta go work. I gotta work this evening. You know, I ain't got some. I ain't got time. You know what I'm saying? It's that type of situation, man. They don't want to be seen, but they like
but
them.
but in that scenario, that woman has to want better for herself. She better learn how to read through the craziness and then keep her standards high. You can't just come to see me at bedtime. You're gonna have to take me out too. Kind
Right.
of
But
thing.
then at that point though, you got some, and I ain't saying y'all don't take me down through that when I say this, but you got some women that their self esteem is at a point to where they okay with that. They okay with the man just coming through smashing and dashing. You know what I'm saying? So you you know, like you said, she gotta want better. You know what I'm saying? If she succumb to that type of treatment, then you know what I'm saying that's on her. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, like, I ain't saying force her. Hey, you gonna take me out with you when you go out from here on out. Nah, I ain't saying do all that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if a person is afraid to be seen with you in public, then you might want to get up out of that situation with them, no matter your
Yeah.
size or how. If it's anything a person don't want to be seen with you for, you know what I'm saying? You need to leave that person alone at the end of the day. You know what
And
I'm saying?
I think
'Cause
it's a lot of people out here trying to be wrapped up in the arms of a big girl. But they thinking that somebody gonna judge them. But I have seen a lot of big, beautiful brides too. So I just think it's to each his own. Look at all these women who are getting these BBLs, and us generally black women were genetically blessed with curves.
yeah, and that's another thing now. People getting the BBLs and stuff, you know what I'm saying? They 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 setting this. I guess they what I'm trying to say, sis. Damn. I guess they setting it where everybody feel like that's what a body is supposed to look like. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the men are becoming attracted to because no lie. When I get on my Instagram, no lie, somebody said one time when I told them this, they were like, well, it's just the stuff you follow. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of stuff that just come, they talk about it's just stuff you follow and the stuff you look at, and that's why, you know what I'm saying, all that stuff pop up on yours and this and that. But honestly, it don't matter. Like when you hop on Instagram, when you hop on Facebook, you seeing everybody with these perfect bodies and the slim waist and the big booties, you know what I'm saying? It looks attractive. I ain't gonna lie, as a man, it do look good. Like I'm gonna just keep it 100. It look good.
But does that make you have superficial standards? Because every woman has not had a BBL.
To
And then a
some men,
woman's
it
body
will.
goes through changes, and after kids stuff, and then age, gravity takes effect. Stuff start,
But that's why
shift.
you gotta. But that's why it says now. That's when some of this stuff can be prevented too. Now the body does change after babies and whatnot. Time itself is gonna make the body change, but some stuff could be kept in shape just by simply exercise, not being lazy, and just letting yourself go. Same thing with men. It's the same thing with men. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, to a man that ain't got that strong mindset, yeah, okay, yeah, you see this body on Instagram, Facebook, yeah, they looking good and it's attractive to you, but you can't let that screw up your mindset on what's reality. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta be able to keep what's entertainment and what's just looking good to you to reality. You know what I'm saying? All women ain't built like that. What we seeing on Instagram and Facebook. You know what I'm saying? They been worked on like an old school car. They been worked on, the juiced up, and they been hot rodded. You know what I'm saying? They got some extra parts. They ain't got factory parts no more. You know what I'm talking about? Aftermarket.
So this relates to our mail time for today. So we're gonna go ahead and get straight to the mail, and we do have mail. Let's take a look. You gonna read this one? This one is from a man.
I guess. I hope I can read good tonight.
I hope you can too.
I was that kid people used to laugh at in class when we read.
Have mercy.
Hey, okay. I have a female friend that I have known since college. Our friendship had lasted over a span of 18 years. When we first met, we were young and we just dated and hung out. I like her, but I never tried her during that time. We graduated, we remained friends. For grad school, I chose a school in a different city. I dated someone else, but when we moved back home and started working, she was right there again. We started hanging out and dating again. We tried to kindle a romance, but I realized she was not my type.
Sound like it was getting juicy.
Ain't talking about now. I'm tired of you, long love. Who wrote these? She was thick. I just couldn't. She was thick. I just couldn't do it. Nonetheless, we remained friends. She went on with her life. She got married and had a child. We stayed in contact. She got divorced and reached out to me. I was in a bad situation. We picked up where we left off. She helped me when I was at my lowest. We became romantically involved. I helped as her man. He said, I helped as her man should. 4 years have passed. I realized care for what? I re,
There should be an I. The English teacher said I should be in there.
I
I realize I care for her. I think
okay. I realize I care. Y'all need to get you. All right. I realize I care for her. I love her. She stood on the sideline while I dated other women that helped me deal with my baby mama drama. So what the problem is, cuz?
What the problem is, cuz?
But wait, there's more. After making money and traveling, I realized my issue is that she doesn't fit the mold of the woman I imagined myself with. I want something more exotic and foreign. Okay, now. However, this woman speaks to my mental, physical, and spiritual. No woman has ever held me down as she does. I hate to see her with someone else, but I don't know if I can see myself with her either. Am I being shallow? How do I choose? Man, you crazy. I hope he watching or whoever wrote this.
Why you say he crazy?
Man, I'm trying to figure out. Like he said that she's big, she's thick. He said she's thick, like thick as in like has just gained weight, or you know what I'm saying? Like that. I'm thinking that's what he means. Like
I'm thinking he said she a woman with a few extra pounds. She a
yeah,
BBW.
she'd have got thick on him. She wasn't like that at first. You know what I'm saying? And see, that's the thing too, y'all. Now this is where we mess up at. Well, I mean, I know I still look the same as high school. I haven't aged a bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm still fine. I probably got a little finer, you know what I'm saying, to be honest with y'all. I'm just saying. But some people change over time, man. You can't expect them folk to look as good as they did when you was dating them in, you know what I'm saying, in school. You know what I'm saying? Like I look back at some, I don't want to say that.
But no, he said even after that, all these years passed, they were never romantically involved until 4 years ago. So he knew this lady was already thick.
Yeah, yeah. But then he said they took that extra step and went there, didn't it?
Yeah.
So he wanted to see what it was like. He always wanted to do it. He wasn't never her friend for real. Well, I ain't gonna say that because you can be friends and it go to something else. But I don't know, man. You shouldn't have. I don't know.
I think they were in a hopeless place. I don't think it sounded like he would have never done it if he wasn't going through some problems.
Yeah. I think it was kind of like he wasting the time, right? I think he just did that for some time in between time. You know what I'm saying? Like he just did that just because he was going through it. He was in a bad place. He needed some relief. You know what I'm saying? And wham, there she go. Might as well, since I already know her, I ain't got to take the time to get to know her. You know what I'm saying? He thinking with his.
Not
You know what I'm saying?
Miss Maya Unique said, "Shallow, let that woman go. You holding another man's blessings hostage."
Straight up.
Brandon
Hey, that
is not
real.
right.
That right, Brandon Pierce. That ain't right now. He need to let her go. He need to cut her loose.
He was holding on to the past. But look though, if in the letter it sounds like she always been thick. So he was
Well, that man said he wanted something exotic in some form, man. That he said he wanted something exotic in some form. So he been looking at the same Instagram and stuff that I've been looking at apparently because he seen the foreign women with these BBLs and he wanted some foreign. Well, he's saying that back in the day he would have took it there with her. You know what I'm saying? But now he got a different preference because he done seen a little more life. He done seen a little more, a few more women out there in his life. So now his preference done changed because you know what I'm saying. That probably at one time that probably turned him on. You feel me? So I mean, your preference do change now, y'all. I mean,
I think preferences do change, but
you can like apple pie. You can like apple pie and one day get up and hate it. You know what I'm saying? So it changes.
I think you need to charge it to the game. Like if you don't want this lady, the loyalty, people get loyalty and love confused all the time.
Yeah.
It could be a loyalty thing and not a love thing. Mm-hmm. So I think he needs to really do some soul searching to figure out he loves her, because if he loves her, he'll be with her. But I think his loyalty is to her because of who she's been to him as a friend. But I do think he's shallow. She good enough to sleep with. She ain't good enough to be with. You want to go get you an exotic thing. But meanwhile, you got Miss Sticky over here holding you down. That ain't right.
I think, man, he should just let's give him some positive, y'all. Let's not tear the man down. Man, listen, I think you should give your friend a shot, and you may end up loving her for who she is and not because of how she look, man. So just give her a shot. If you're gonna play, give her a fair shot, man. Just give her a fair shot and see where it goes. And maybe, that, it might work out. You see what I'm saying? I mean, she divorced, so ain't no telling what's going on in her marriage, and she got this little bad little kid running around here. You better consider that too, though. She might be damaged good too. She might be damaged good too.
It seemed like she waited around she waiting on him too. That's a long time.
Yeah, 18 years, y'all I don't know. Y'all got something crazy going on, man. Y'all, somebody need to make a move on this chit table.
And I also think sometimes we as people, we get so caught up in what people around me think I should have versus what I want for myself. So I think that's that shallow part that kicks into, it could be worried about what the family gonna say, worried about what the home is gonna say. Man, I ain't no way you finna marry her. You can have this, and this. You better go marry what's speaking to your heart here.
Man, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. And like I said on plenty of episodes, man, you don't know when your life up. So you better live it how you want to live and make the decision that you want to make, and that real. Like you better do what you want to do, because people making decisions for you and trying to live life or you know what I'm saying, live their life through you, or what they would do or would not do. You know what I'm saying, man? Listen, you ain't getting that but one shot at it. We don't know what's on the other side yet till we get there. So living in this moment right now, man, y'all better make decisions based on what makes you happy and what's for you. You know what I'm saying? Don't let this social media and stuff, you know what I'm saying, make you make a left turn to some what you think you want, and then you get it and it ain't what you thought it was. You better stay in the ballpark.
And that's why women are tired, because he said this woman speaks to his mental, spiritual, and all this other stuff, but she ain't good enough because of how she looks.
Yeah, I feel like he tripping.
He tripping. He shallow
Yeah.
as I don't know what. And that brings
Right.
me to this. All right. So I guess, that brings me to our next topic for the night, which is toxic masculinity. And we do have some men on. So let's see what we have to say about this. We got a little clip.
Son just fell on the store and hurt himself, and he began to cry. He said it hurt really bad. And then out of nowhere, a man appeared to give his unsolicited advice. At first, I was terrified because nobody asked for it. He told my son to toughen up, that he wasn't in pain, and that boys don't cry. What I wanted to do was take that watermelon and shove it inside of his ass until it came out of his mother. But I didn't do that. I explained to him that a lot of men don't know how to express their emotions now because they were forced to suppress it at a young age. I also explained to him that toxic masculinity doesn't make you more of a man, but more so of an ass that everybody hates, but people just kind of tolerate. The sad reality is that some people aren't raising up little boys. They're raising robots, machines, or little soldiers that can help fight the demons in their hell-filled homes. But over here, little boys are human beings and we're allowed to express ourselves. Listen, if you're bored, you could play Sudoku, you could play the lotto, you could play with your Please stop playing with my motherfucking kids. Okay.
All right, let's weigh in. Toxic masculinity. Teaching the concept that men, can't be expressive with their emotions, that you got to be tough, that you got to be aggressive to be masculine and strong. What do you think about that?
Oh man, I wish my friend Rashid Holy was on this podcast tonight to speak on this one. Well, I think the reason that men do that to our kids and our sons, or just little boys, period, is because we know as a black man how hard the world is and how cruel the world could be to you as a black man. So therefore, when you show weakness and you show, too much emotion, not saying you can't show emotion, because I also have a son. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I tell my son when he cries, I do tell him, man, I be like, hey, big boys don't cry. Yeah, be a big boy. Yeah, I do tell him that. You know what I'm saying? Because you, at the end of the day, you got to realize this is a man. Now, women, y'all are way more emotional and y'all looking at it as in a different way. But as a man, I feel like, yeah, we should, you know what I'm saying? I want to say at some point it does get toxic when, you know what I'm saying, when you start calling a kid or oh, don't be, it's a way you do it, is what I'm trying to say. It's a way you can put this on a kid and it not be toxic. You see what I'm saying? But I don't think we should be raising our kids as weak or letting letting it be okay for a little boy to just be whining and crying all the time. Yeah, when it's a reason, yeah. When it's a valid reason for him to cry, yeah, show that emotion. But just crying just because you can't have your way. That's the type of, I think it's a difference. You got to draw the line somewhere. That's right. You got to prepare these boys to be young men. You got to draw the line somewhere. You cannot let them grow up and be weak. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like she got a little extreme. I feel like that was a good gesture from that man in that store that said something to her son, because that not only not coming as a kid, as a little boy, I know as me growing up, I was around men that said the same thing to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, hey, not only did I hear it come from my dad, when I heard it come from an outside source, it made me feel like, okay, maybe, that's how a man need to be. You know what I'm saying? That's how he's supposed to be. You gotta draw a line somewhere. You can't let them just be weaklings and be, straight up just weak. You can't let them do it as a man, man.
We had Sam. He's in the waiting room. He wanted to tap in when we posted the link. So here we go. We're bringing in Sam.
Come on in, Sam.
Let me in there. What's up? What's up,
I
Ray?
hear you knocking
What's up,
now.
bro?
I hear you knocking. Come on
Yeah,
in.
let me in there. I just wanted to join this conversation where y'all talking about toxic masculinity. So, what is toxic masculinity?
Right.
All right, weigh in.
I'm asking, like, what when people say this, I feel like it's a battle on masculinity. I feel like it's a lot of different forms of masculinity, and I think everything that has to do with a man being a man, a lot of times people say is toxic.
So toxic masculinity is defined as a set of cultural and societal norms that emphasizes that masculinity is represented by physical violence, aggression, emotional repression, as well as homophobic and sexist behavior.
All that stuff negative. Like that ain't toxic masculinity. That you just a messed up person. That ain't got nothing to do with masculinity.
So you don't feel like a lot of men exhibit those traits?
No, I think messed up people exhibit them traits. If you beating a female, that don't make you a man. That ain't masculine. If you talking about people that ain't got nothing to do with
we
your
need to change
business,
that narrative.
that ain't man. Stop making everything masculine that a man does. That's not masculinity.
Sam, I remember if I fell down, it about to get kissed, it about to get washed, it's about to get bandaged. But if Bubba fell down, it was like, boy, you better get up.
Straight up.
It's a reason for that though. The world don't treat men like the world does not treat men like they treat little girls. I got twin boys and I got 3 daughters. I treat my boys rougher, way rougher than I treat my daughters for the simple reason I'm a black man. The world don't treat me.
The world is gonna treat them different. That's right.
And
the world is gonna treat them different. That's
and I'm not gonna cater to my sons in a fashion that when they step outside of a house or they with their mama or whatever, that no, the world don't do that. The boys should be treated different than girls. I don't know if y'all know this.
Do you allow them to express themselves in that moment, or are you making them suppress or repress their emotions?
No. And that's the difference. I'm not my father. Me and my friends say this all the time. I'm not my father. I ain't grow up my father, but I seen a lot of boys grow up with you got to be tough and macho. Don't talk about your emotions. I make sure I tell my boys, explain yourself, talk your emotions out. Do this with your father. We need to do this because that's a problem in the black community with men. We don't know how to express ourselves. So sometimes you lash out in a way because you don't know how to express yourself. That's unhealthy. That's toxic. That ain't toxic masculinity. You just a toxic man. Like that's period. Or if you were doing it as a woman, you don't know how to express yourself. You a toxic female. What we doing? We need to learn how to tell kids how to explain themselves, how to get their frustration, talks out and everything. You don't have to go to therapy to have a breakthrough. You should be able to do that in the house with your parents. Somebody should tell you how to deal with your emotions. And that's when I go back to toxic masculinity. You teaching your son to be tougher than your daughter is not toxic. The world's going to tell you as a man, if you fall down, who cares? If you're a girl and you fall, somebody help her up.
Somebody helping her up.
That's
exactly. She just said it. Like when I fell, ain't nobody kill.
Now I'm sorry. I have to tell the truth and shame the devil. I see a lot of toxic masculinity represented across the board with some of my male friends and some of my family members.
Give an example.
I have some family members who are overly aggressive.
That's not masculine.
Are you talking about me?
No. That's not that is
grabs pearls.
Masculinity. You know, if I say, if I ask a question, what's the weather like? And then you popping off hard and you putting bass in your chest, like, dang.
That's not masculine.
But no, that is toxic masculinity.
No, that's not. He's messed up. He is emotionally damaged. Somebody needs to talk to him.
Something wrong.
That's not masculine. Just stop making everything these dudes do toxic. No, masculinity, first of all, need to be explained as you taking care of your responsibilities, you taking care of your family, you handling your business. This is masculine. You to be a man and actually take care of your family. Like
Sam, hold on. I hear what you're saying, but I think you're looking at the definition wrong. Toxic masculinity is when we teach that those things are normal for men. You're supposed to be aggressive. You're supposed to be violent. You're supposed to make misogynistic comments like women belong in the kitchen. All those different, that is what toxic masculinity is.
First of all, I might be toxic, I might be toxic, y'all, because
I'm trying to tell you, you got me scratching my head.
I'm about to say, hold on. First of all, if somebody messes with my kids, I might get a little violent. it's times to be violent. It's times to be aggressive. It's your discernment to figure out when it's times for that. You can't just be, hey, a woman talk to you and she say, I don't want to talk to you. You can't be aggressive. It ain't no time for that.
Yeah.
But if somebody like, if something is in danger that you're protecting, your kids, your family, your girl, your whatever, let's be aggressive. Yo, get back. You need to put your foot down because people play with you or whatever. And I don't think women belong in the kitchen, but it'd be nice if you can be in there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Sam might be toxic.
I ain't gonna lie, Sam. Like the old days, I guess in the old days, you know what I'm saying, that was just a woman place. You know what I'm saying? Before they took
I don't think a woman.
Hey,
I don't think.
Hey, listen. Hold on. That was their place before they took on the roles of carrying all this weight on their shoulders of being a superwoman. You know what I'm saying? They was the super cooks. You know, super cleaners. You know what I'm saying? So
I watched a clip from his podcast today when it came to the subject of toxic masculinity. But I don't, why do we have to say as men, with you two men right here, you're saying like, oh, that's not real. That's not masculine, but we see these traits exhibited each and every day. So what are you telling me?
I see them traits from women and men. Like it's toxic femininity. Like, are we gonna talk about it?
All right.
We gonna mention it?
That's a different topic. We're gonna talk about it on Girls Talk. We're gonna talk about it on
Invite me to Girl Talk. Y'all might need a dude in there so I can listen to y'all and say something.
But Sam, so you're telling me that you've never seen men exemplify these traits and think that it was toxic?
I don't even hang out with these. I done seen weird stuff happen. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna act like I ain't never seen a dude do something. But it ain't never been in my circle because I don't hang out with them dudes. That ain't my type of party. Like I don't mess with my friends. Take care of their families. They take care of their kids. We not no weirdos. Ain't nobody beat no female. Ain't no dude letting the female beat him. I don't even live that type of life. I don't know how to do that. That's not my life. But I do know these things are real.
That's the same thing. That's the same thing I said. That's the same thing I said earlier. You know what I'm saying? When we was talking about, you know what I'm saying, the men.
Yes, Brandon, I've seen it too.
Of course, y'all done seen it, but a lot of women done seen stuff because. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I've seen men exhibit these traits. I'm just being honest.
Have you seen women exhibit these traits?
What are the traits again?
Like that overly aggressive, that physical violence, the misogynistic. When they have gender roles, they think that they can confine women to the need to suppress their emotions. If a man is hurt, he feels like he can't show you that he's hurt. And that woman had a good point. And then you're raising these robots and little Lego pieces in your household that don't know how to respond to realistic situations because you taught them their entire upbringing that they had to suppress it type thing. Well, or you got a big grown man over in the corner having a meltdown because he was taught that it wasn't okay for him to cry or it wasn't okay for him to be emotional. Okay. So I feel like this masculinity is real.
I'm finna spit some real spit to y'all straight up. As a man, and I'm speaking personally, you know what I'm saying? I'm speaking for me right now, I'm gonna probably speak for a lot of men too. But as a man, you know, I feel I'm like Brandon. Then when you know what I'm saying, when you just said all that, I'm like Brandon. I've seen it too. I ain't gonna say I've seen it. As a man, you know that those have been some of my traits in the beginning or at some point in my life before now. You know what I'm saying? All men are gonna have at least. I'm gonna say this, and y'all can get mad if you want to. At least one of those traits. That's real. You're gonna have one of those traits, but this is the thing. This is what the women need to understand. You gotta become a man. You know what I'm saying? And along the way of becoming a man, you're gonna have different traits that you're gonna have to adjust. You're going to have different things that you're going to have to stop doing or different things you're going to have to start doing. You have to learn to become a man. You're not just wake up one day and you're a man and you know how to handle everything as a man. You know what I'm saying? You got to become a man. You see what I'm saying? And like I said, every man that's watching this podcast or every man in the world going to have at least one of those traits that you name. And it's not that you know that we want to have those traits or we were born with them or they were instilled in us, because a lot of stuff ain't instilled in you. A lot of stuff you learn along the way of becoming a man.
And I don't want to cut you off, but I wanted to say that too. A lot of stuff in growing as a man, you have to unlearn a lot of stuff that you were told you're supposed to do. Like, how many times you see women say, you gonna get all the girls, but women don't want you to do that. But they telling little boys that's cute or whatever as a little child, you gonna get all of them. You got to unlearn certain things.
Be
from
a heartbreaker. You gonna be
right.
You know
women, grown women be like, you my boyfriend. We got to unlearn some of this stuff.
But I feel like the first step in fixing the problem is to owning the problem. And as a culture, we got some toxic masculinity going on here. So I think that's something we have to accept and own. And I like what Bubba said when he said, you know, becoming a man is a growth process. And at some point, he feels like all men have exhibited this trait. I see a lot of those traits. These traits, several of them, because they don't know how to express themselves with words.
Yeah,
like I've seen it.
I've been in situations. That's why I say I was speaking from a personal view. You know what I'm saying? I've been one of those persons that have been in situations where some have came about. You know what I'm saying? Even in today's life, y'all, we get in situations that we don't know how to explain or don't know how to handle right off the rip. Of course, yeah, when you sit and think about it after the fact, yeah, we can come up with so many ways to handle a situation. But in the heat of that moment, and right in that moment, you know, we don't always have the answers to handle ourselves like we supposed to in any situation, not in just situations like, you know, like that, just any situation in life. You know, you may not react the way you're supposed to right off the bat. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say, back to being a man, like you have to grow, you have to learn, you have to know in your head what's right, or you know, and like I say, it do have to deal with upbringing too, because if you got somebody that teaches you stuff that ain't right, and we all know in society what's right and wrong, you know what I'm saying? We all like, well, what's right and wrong?
That boys are going to be boys. Ideology has been deceased. Like it's gone. Like we have to stop doing that.
Like, what's that though? What
I was about to say, what is that?
What I always wanted to mean, like, what does that phrase mean? Like,
Yeah,
what does it mean?
Because we're saying that certain behaviors are okay because of your gender. No,
I mean, but at the end of the day, it's not just because of the gender, it's society too. Now, society has only in these last few years, about these last 10, 15, 20 years have changed. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of stuff has changed in the last 10, 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Society has changed with it. So it ain't just a gender thing, it's just society. But with society changing every single day, you wake up to something new every day. You know what I'm saying? So all this stuff gotta change too. It's like you ain't gonna put no new engine in a car and not upgrade the tires and brakes. Like it gotta change too. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with everything else. It gotta change too. So yeah, everything is shifting. It ain't the same, but I mean, it's changing with society.
How would our lives be different if we could erase this toxic masculinity with men learning how to express themselves and use their words? Because that's what it all boils down to. You lack the ability to express yourself, so it results in these other character traits. So, I mean, it would be much different if men would learn how to use their words.
I don't agree with none of this.
Well, I think like for real, it ain't. It's not only it ain't just the men, man. Women do the same stuff. That's why I'm saying it's more common. It's more common.
I'm sorry,
but women react crazy sometimes. A man can be acting just fine. A woman overreact and blow up. So what do you call that? What do you call that? Toxic.
And that's the crazy part.
There's such thing as toxic femininity, but we're talking about that on Girls Talk. So we're gonna talk about that Sunday on Girls Talk. But I think it does go both ways, and I think it's not just in our culture; it's in every culture. Because you know, I've seen some of my counterparts say some crazy stuff. You know, I had a counterpart at lunch one time. He was like, "My mom said something crazy, and my dad just hit her in the mouth."
Oh, he white.
You know that's toxic masculinity, and that thing has been passed down because these are the things that we're saying a man is supposed to do or a man is supposed to be. So it's time for us to rewrite and redefine the narrative.
Yeah,
Raven.
let me tell you, that got a lot to do with being an adult, man. Like if
Yeah,
he
dude.
doing all that in front of the kids, man, like I feel like he just that's a nothing ass man for real. If he can hit his mom, hit that woman in her mouth in front of the kid, then he's a nothing man. He's not a man. Like
That's
come
a
on, man.
fact
Like come on, man. Like a real man ain't gonna do that. You not
at
gonna see
all.
that's what I'm saying. So
That
we putting this toxic
masculinity.
masculinity, we put this on these men, but those are not men that are doing this. Like
Thank
you
you.
said,
That
those,
I'm sorry, Bubba. I apologize.
yeah, they ain't those are not men. Like these are, I don't know, what do you call them?
Troubled people.
You know what I'm saying? But
A
not,
lot of the toxic masculinity stuff we keep speaking on. These individuals are troubled. They need to learn
but
how to express
yeah, something
themselves.
happened to them. They've been traumatized in some form or fashion to make them
Exactly.
act like that. You know what I'm saying? And we all might not admit it, but we all done grew up in a house where, you know what I'm saying, mom and dad have been into it and fussing and fighting. Come on now. Like, let that be real. And hell, some of y'all sitting right here watching it right now, fight with your partners right now too, in front of the kids, probably.
Because we don't know how to express ourselves.
Yeah.
Because we don't know how to express ourselves, because we don't know how to deal with our emotions. And you've reached a level of frustration from suppressing all that stuff that you just explode. And like, no, that's not normal. That's dysfunctional. So we have
But
to fix
y'all,
dysfunction, or we are going to traumatize our kids.
yeah, I was just about to say now, man, this for all the people, the 80s babies and everybody else in here with kids and stuff. Now, guys, even if we don't know how to express ourselves, let's at least start with the generation that's up and coming, like our kids and stuff. Let's try to teach them how to. Now, I ain't saying, you know what I'm saying, let your son express himself by crying and whining and all that, you know what I'm saying? But let's teach them how to express it when it's an issue. Teach them how to communicate that issue and tell them what's wrong, and then y'all figure out a way. And you ask them, well, what do you think? How do you think we should make it right? What do you think we should do? You know what I'm saying? You got to go at the kids with questions like that. You know
Major
what I'm
key.
saying? You gotta go at the kids with questions like that. Even if we don't practice it, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We got to be a hypocrite in this case. Even if we don't do it, at least try to instill it in the kids. Don't make these kids grow up to be bitter people just because y'all done had a bad experience with somebody or a situation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? At least try to teach them the right. Even if you still handling that same situation bad, or you still salty about it, okay, cool. But don't teach your kid, oh, like we always say, you know, if somebody hits you, you hit them back. You know what I'm saying? We teach our kids that. Every parent that's watching this right now teaches their kid, hey, if somebody hits you, you hit them back. At the end of the day, what you teaching them? What you teaching? You got to understand what this stuff carry on to now, y'all. When you teach them, oh, I gotta hit them back. Okay, same thing. When that kid get older, they gonna remember that saying. Okay, well, if somebody cheat on me, I'm gonna cheat on them back. If somebody, you know what I'm saying? If somebody do this to me, I'm gonna do that back to them. That's what you instill in them. When you say, don't let nobody hit you, hit them back. Don't you let nobody slap you, slap them back. Don't let
And I
nobody talk about your mama, talk about their mama. You know what I'm saying? We teach our kid that in a sense, but then at the end of the day, we wanna not teach them that and not teach them how to. I don't know, man.
I'm gonna say this
it's
as a woman, because this toxic masculinity does exist. Like, that's one reason why I don't mind being single, because I do have a child. I have a daughter, and I don't want anybody coming into my home aggressive, violent, hollering, screaming. I have a peaceful home. None of that happens here. I don't want to bring anybody into my home with those traits, and they change our whole sense of peace and our whole environment. So, like, that's one reason I'm not in a hurry
And
to
y'all,
bring,
she ain't lying.
because I don't want to disrupt that. Like, I don't do all that stuff. Like,
She
no.
ain't lying, y'all. Cause let me tell y'all, like, man, this is my sister, so I be at her house a lot. I came to her house and me and her probably been arguing over something on the phone, or you know what I'm saying. And then when I get there, you know, me being the aggressor all the time, you know, I'm coming in there, I'm carrying it on. I'm like, man, don't, you know, I'm coming in there yelling, and the first thing she say, hey, don't come in my house with all that now, cause I don't want to hear all that yelling and this and that. That that's the type of time my sister be on now. She definitely ain't lying about that, y'all. So I feel you on that though, especially with you having my niece in there or just a daughter, and this for women, period. With a daughter, you know, don't let no man come in there letting your daughter see you get pushed around. And I ain't saying don't be submissive, you know, if a man come in your house with your child in there. Now I ain't saying that. But don't let them come in being hostile and, you know, showing your daughter that,
Right.
you know, this is how a man is gonna treat a woman. This is what I'm gonna expect, depending on that child's age. You know, cause they watching at a young age, whether we know it or not, y'all. So you gotta be careful what you do in front of kids or what you let happen in front of the kid. Like he's saying, like the kid say he watched his dad punch his mom in the mouth. Guess what he gonna do one day? It might not be tomorrow, but guess what he gonna do one day when a woman say something that he don't like?
There it is.
He gonna punch her in the mouth straight up because he seen his daddy do it and ain't that happen.
And he don't know no better.
He don't know no better because that's what he saw. And he think it's okay. Especially if mama ain't go back, you know, upside his head with something and she just submitted and folded up, then guess what? Now you teaching this kid that that's how you gain control or that's how you get what you want by slapping her out, slapping her up.
And that go to daughters. If your daughter see you getting slapped around, she think a man, if he love me, he's supposed to hit me. That ain't how it go.
Exactly. Right.
So, and even with my students, I think this year it seems I have a lot more male students than I do female students, but I make them talk to me. Like, what is the problem? Why are you upset? I need you to be able to talk to me. Oh, I can't talk with you acting like that. You huffing and puffing like you about to blow the house down. I need you to breathe. Okay, now that you're calm, talk to me. Tell me what's going on. What made you get to this point? Because we have to teach our kids, it starts with us and our kids, teach them how to express themselves and use their words.
All right.
A whole lot of conflict could be resolved if we learn to express ourselves.
Agreed.
So it does exist. Toxic masculinity does exist. And on that note, gentlemen, what do we want to leave the people with tonight?
Go ahead, Sam.
I got that new album dropping. I'm just playing. I ain't no rapper. Everybody stay prayed up. I pray everybody stay safe. And do the best you can in life. That's it.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna leave y'all with the same thing, man. Y'all be safe out here, man. It's a lot of killing, senseless killing. I hope that we can overcome all this stuff that's going on in the black community, man. Not just the rap community, the black community, all this senseless killing and stuff. Like I said earlier, I want to give my condolences to Takeoff's family, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's my word to y'all. Y'all be safe and be aware of y'all environments and the people that y'all around and the activities that y'all engage in, because you never know what can erupt. So stay safe out here, man. Be aware, have some awareness. Have some awareness about yourself, man, and be safe.
All right, and my word to the people would be to learn to use your words and do something positive for the next man. It's November. Today is the first day of November. November is all about being thankful for what you have and spreading the love and grace to others as well. So do just that this month and be a rainbow in somebody else's cloud.
Right.
And on that note,
man, we out of here, man.
It's been real. We appreciate y'all. Hold on. Those 80s Babies t-shirts are ready to be distributed. So we're going to give some away tonight. I think Tanetta was the first person to check in and she was lighting the comments up. Also, Taylor lit the comments up and Sam jumped in on the line. So Taylor, Sam, and Tanetta, get us your t-shirt sizes and your addresses so that we can get y'all some 80s Babies t-shirts first. All right.
I want one.
You got one, and don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe button and share it if you can. We would appreciate it.
Yeah, real talk, man. Y'all share this thing, man. Get us out there.
All right. Good night, y'all.
Good night, y'all. See y'all next Tuesday.
Easy.